I am certain that the clay we wash, the materials we get, are the purest. I can rest easy at night that what I make for human beings is not only safe, but it can last 100 years and you can hand it down generationally. That means something.
Closing.
It can never go back to clay. It's forever changed.
This program is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008, and by the members of Prairie Public.
When you're becoming an artist, especially working in a clay material, you're having what we call shiaji. Shi means clay, aji means taste. You're learning the taste of the clay. And so that's a metaphor for you're taking in your exterior environment into your interior environment. You're developing a spirituality to your material. These are all getting ready for the 12th firing.
We are in the second to last day of firing the Johanna kiln. Every time that we fire this wood kiln, it typically starts on a Friday, and then as it goes for 10 days, it ends on that following Sunday. This year, we have about 12,000 pieces in the kiln. We typically say that there are between 10 to 12,000 pieces in the kiln, but this year it's especially dense, so there's definitely at least 12,000 pieces in the kiln. There are 33 different artists represented in this firing. Artists from the area, people that have been through the Pottery program, the Apprenticeship program, people from as far away as Japan.
When people find out that Richard lived in Japan and studied with a Japanese potter, there's always that question of, well, is he a Japanese potter or is he an American potter? He'll tell you that he's an American potter, and I certainly believe that to be true. He has this remarkable training. He has an incredible work ethic. He has the amazing ability to sit at the wheel and turn out exactly the same cup time after time after time, so that hundreds of exactly the same size, exactly the same circumference cups are turned out. That is part of, the apprenticeship process in Japan.
I went to high school here at St. John's Prep School in 1968, and then in 1972 started here at the university, and then I left for an apprenticeship in Japan in 1975. My art history teacher, Sister Johanna Becker, was working on major research in Japan, especially the ancient Karatsu ceramics. When she was able to secure the apprenticeship for me, she understood that there had to be an American who would go through some sort of traditional apprenticeship, not just to come in and kind of make a few pots, take a look at what was going on and leave. So what that meant was that the commitment to going over to Japan was for a longer duration. So the initial was for 9 months, and then it ended up being 3.5 years.
Richard's time in Japan changed his life. There's no question about that. He learned how to, build a kiln himself with his own two hands. He learned at the knee of a master what kiln dynamics were all about, so that a firing would be successful. He learned how to recycle materials, how to make bricks, how to find clay and process clay.
My first 3 months in Japan, I didn't even get on the potter's wheel. The first 3 months were then learning how to wash ashes to make glazes. That kind of step-by-step process of learning provided me with the foundation so that after 3.5 years of throwing and kiln building, here was a methodology that was taught to an individual saying, oh, I can do this. I have been given the skill sets that I can humanely do this myself.